okay. Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Eek, eek. You do that with everyone?
Nah,
Oh, one team, one goal, baby.
for sure, for
I
sure.
like it.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Okay, I am so excited to have you on because I want to talk about defense.
Dig that.
Defense, because that has been the identity of the Grizzlies since you played.
Mhm.
Grizzlies have picked it back up. But I read this story online about how when you came out of college after being the Big 12 Conference Player of the Year, you were like a scorer, like most basketball players are.
For
And then
sure.
you enter with the Celtics and you're playing with guys like Paul Pierce, and you have to create this new niche. I want to know, like, right off the beginning, like, how that mindset changed. Because offense is the sexy thing. That's what people want to play. That's what people want to do. How do you, like, change that mindset?
Well, it was simple. Like I'm looking around. It's like, okay, all these guys are either on contract. They got job security pretty much. I'm on a rookie deal. You know, they could pay you and throw you out of here like nothing. You know, you're not getting paid that much money or whatever. And I looked at it as, what are these guys not doing? They not attacking the offense. I mean, the offensive rebound, getting defensive rebound. They not taking charges. They not going for 50-50 loose balls, things of that nature. And I put that as part of my DNA. This is my survival in the league. And looking at Paul Pierce, playing him every day one-on-one, I was pretty much getting the first class act of what a superstar is. You see what I'm saying? And Paul Pierce would every day ask me to play. Let's play one-on-one, TA. And I thought he pretty much liked my defense. So that was the start of it right there. Just ones every day.
Could you tell how much better you had gotten from the beginning of the year to the end of the year playing Paul Pierce?
Most definitely. You would get some of your off the bench guys, and I would smother them. It was like, yo, they coming off the bench averaging 11, 12 points a game, maybe 16. They leaving the building with like 6 points, 5, 6 points. And that goes credit to Paul Pierce, because y'all not hitting me with no moves like Paul Pierce got. Y'all not hitting me with the jab, step back, head fake, foul. Y'all doing just simple, strong right, strong left. And I could defend that. I could be physical. I could outwork you. And that was the mindset all through the flick.
You entered the league 20 years ago. Like,
Wow.
Right?
Made me feel old on that.
2024 right now. And obviously the game changes.
Right.
Like, every single year it changes. There's different skills and different athleticism and different whatever each year. How do you think the game has changed on the defensive end? Like, obviously games are called different now. What have you seen?
I was just gonna say the games are called completely different.
Yeah.
You know, before my time, guys can hold you with their hands, and I'm talking about these guys in the NBA got mittens. I mean, these guys can pretty much hold you and point you in the direction they want you to go. And then when I played, I came to the league 2004, like you said, 20 years ago. It was the arm bar. You know, at least you can control them at some point, but guys still would get off. You still had your Kobe's, your LeBrons, and they were averaging 30-some points a game. But it gave you that cushion to where it's, okay, you're not finna just destroy me. I can push you a little bit. I can be physical. And nowadays, it's like you can't even do none of that. So it's like you got to slide your feet, move your feet. And we all know guys in the NBA hate playing defense. A lot of people don't sign up for it. So you can understand why you see some of these scores that's 155 to 133, and you know what I'm saying? And that goes to show you how they call in the game. And the game is evolving with all this skill set, with all these guys doing euros, same leg layup with the left leg, left hand layups. I couldn't do that in my career, but I definitely could defend it if you let me armbar you.
Okay, what if I don't let you armbar it?
You might get about 40 on me.
Not 40.
For sure. I mean, because my style of play was always physical. Those were the times where if you didn't have no heart, you know, they was definitely going to show you what you was made of. Because guys like Kobe, who would throw his elbow in your chest and bag you down. You had to just be ready for the fight.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Kobe
Oh, okay,
in a little bit.
My bad. I ain't mean to.
No, it's fine. I'm glad you brought him up. I also was, so I was looking at the standings, and we're talking about these games that are going 150 to 155. The two teams that were on top of their respective conferences for most of the year were the two top defensive rated teams. It was Minnesota. And it was the Celtics. They have the best defensive rating in the league. I mean, as we're filming this, it could go down. What players today, and it doesn't have to be from those two teams, but what players today, perimeter defending wise, because Defensive Player of the Year usually goes to a big, usually.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you like?
Well, individually,
Mm-hmm.
oh man, I would have to go with I like Jaden from Minnesota.
Yeah.
I mean, he's long, he's athletic, you know, he's not scared of the challenge. You see him get feisty, you know what I'm saying? He always in the passing lane. He's contesting every shot, you know, and he plays with an edge. He plays like he got an attitude. You never see him smile. And that was pretty much how I played the game. So
you see yourself in
I see
him.
myself in him, and a little bit of Scottie Pippen too. You know, he's long, he's pretty. His arms probably.
That's a pretty good combo to have.
Yeah. What I'm talking first team all defense. I believe, and he's definitely one of the guys that I could say can play in all three eras, the last three eras.
You think so?
Yeah, he's fit from that clock.
Like this era, and now?
And now, yeah. So, and you look at their team, I know we give a lot of kudos to Rudy Gobert. You know, he's run up for Defensive Player of the Year, but you got to take a look at him too. He's been playing solid on that perimeter.
Yeah, but like Defensive Player of the Year, it's gone to a big, other than Marcus Smart.
And shout out to Marcus Smart.
Shout out to Marcus Smart
for getting that award. That's an award I always wanted.
Yeah.
I always wanted that award.
Were you proud of Jaren when he got it?
Oh, so proud.
Because he's still embodying the grit and grind.
I was excited. And here's a guy that loves to play defense. Anytime you sacrifice fouling out to get a block, trust and believe you don't want your opponent scoring. And that's all that tells me, you know. And he's got better this year. You know, he stayed on the court more. And I see him becoming another defensive player years to come. Multiple All-Stars
Why do you
as well.
think you never got it?
I think I never got it because I played behind a great center like Marc Gasol. And just as much as he was covering the paint, I was defending the perimeter. And so, you know, that's big Spain. I'd rather him have it than anybody else, though. A lot of people are complaining that they didn't get it, you know, that the specific year he got it when he ultimately deserved it.
I feel like it's hard perimeter-wise, and tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm not in the NBA. Perimeter-wise versus bigs-wise, like, stats are easier. Not easier, but, like, they're more countable. You can get blocks and rebounds, but if you're a perimeter defender and you're just stopping someone, there's no stat for not letting Kobe score.
Exactly. All those fadeaway contests, all those.
Right? Like, you know you're good, but, like, there's no stat.
You know what I mean? And pretty much you got to defend so many crossovers, step backs, and you got to contest those shots because those guys get hot. But no disrespect to the bigs simply because they are the second line of defense. They do make sure.
They help everyone.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all from the point guard, shooting guard, and small forward. And they make up for a lot of like our flaws when we get beat off the dribble or if it's a baseline drive and the big has to come over and step up. You know, they don't get called for those. They don't get credit for those charges or you know those alter shots that they alter. But big shout out to the bigs.
And they're the quarterbacks because they can see.
Yeah,
everything.
they see it, and so it makes it. I wouldn't say it makes it easier, but it definitely keeps their antennas up.
All right, I want to talk about some of the guys that you had to defend in this era. So I brought up some pictures, and I'm gonna hand you my iPad. And so I picked some pictures. They're kind of random. I don't really know what order they're in. But you can look at the picture, and most of them are stars. And I want you to tell me.
I ain't had to stick nobody but the stars.
Period. Well, one's from college.
Oh, okay.
But
let me see.
I want you to tell me, defending this person, what it was like. Because I'm never going to have this opportunity. So you can start here, and then we'll go that way.
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant.
Man, the Durants, it was tough, man. I mean, his crossover was long. If you get hit with it, you might lose your ankle. And it's not too many bigs like that. And he a guard, but it's not too many big guards that can handle the ball like that. Either they going strong left, strong right. But this guy had this thing on the string to where he can yo-yo it and, you know, pull up. And when he pull up, it's like when he shoot it, it's like my hand contest is at his elbow. So he's not seeing me.
Because he's so long.
Yep. So my best defense on him was to try to deny him the ball and make it tough and difficult to catch. If I could do my job early, that's maybe 5 or 6, 7 seconds off the shot clock, which means now we coming into, all right, you waiting on a pick and roll. Now it's more time off the clock. Now you coming into a panic shot, and I'm hoping Mark or whoever my big is helping me so he won't drive past the pick and give me time to get over. And before you know it, 3, 2, 1, I got the contest and he missed. Good D, Tony Allen.
It's not their first option.
No, and he's always the first option. And that's what make me have to do my work early. I want to be physical with him at all times, you know. But the best scorer that probably I ever ran across at that height.
And he's still playing.
And he's still playing.
And he's still
look,
scoring.
Still scoring a buttload. But listen, you can't even arm bomb now. So I can just imagine how easy it is for him to look at the finish.
Well, yeah, he can create space now without having to take any, well, not any, but like the physicality that used to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully
crazy.
They bring that back, though. I'm going to scroll. Let me see.
Yeah, scroll. Who's next?
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
I think I was getting away with a little bit of
this.
the 90s. But no, like I said on multiple platforms, that this is probably one of the hardest guards that I ever guarded, simply because he was relentless. He didn't see a shot he didn't like, but he always attacked. And his mindset was, I'm going to seek and destroy. And
You guys, you had similar mindsets.
yeah, for sure. Mine's on the defense,
Yeah.
his on offense, and now you can imagine the clash. And so it'd be times where it'd be like, okay, if I'm gonna deny him the basketball, he would try to like backdoor. He would do things that the other guards weren't doing. Like he'd try to go get an offensive rebound. He did multiple things. Great.
Like
You
he's
see what I'm
getting the
saying?
ball.
And he's getting that ball. And one thing that always stuck out to me was he always wanted to test my heart. Like he'd throw an elbow there, you know, he'd get in the post, bag me down, try to throw his shoulder in my chest, you know, and like he said, he was always looking for me to be yelling, help, help. I never would do it because I wanted that challenge. And I think that's what he was always, you know, excited about, just that challenge. And every time we had a battle, it was great. But for the most part, he probably the only guy that ever fouled me out in 8 minutes. 6 fouls in 8 minutes. I know it's funny, right?
It wasn't funny then, I'm sure.
It wasn't funny then. And like I say, man, the greatest to ever do it, man, Kobe Bryant in my eye, the GOAT.
And he gave you your kudos too.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Big shout out to Kobe. I'm gonna scroll.
Yeah.
Tony Parker. Very crafty. I never really, it's the only point guard that I never really got a hold to. And I knew I knew which way he was going every time.
What was he doing? Because I know you studied the game. I know you knew everyone's tendencies.
His left to right crossover pull-up was so deadly. I'm talking about like the speed, just the way he set it up on the pick and roll, the way he like do his little drag dribble in transition and setting you up like he about to run the offense, and then he cross over and stop and pull up on you. I could never stop it. And I'm talking about he probably...
And you knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming. Very clever, very clever. Didn't have the shake and bake that you see nowadays. Didn't have the step back that you see nowadays. It was just... It was just like a real European John Stockton. He was the Euro John Stockton. I don't think nobody ever said that. But he got that kind of game as a scorer. And we had plenty of battles, but we did get the best of him in 2010 through 2011.
And don't forget it.
And that's one of the moments that go without never being forgotten. But yeah, big shout out to the Frenchman.
You think there's anyone in the league right now that has that type of, like, unstoppable one move, even though you know it's coming?
Chris Paul.
Yeah, I think he's been around.
He got that same left to right, to whereas when he gets to that right hand, you know he about to fade.
I can picture his little fade. His legs go like
Yeah,
this.
and he hit it all the time. But yeah, he's still doing it today. It's unstoppable. I'm gonna scroll. Let's see what else you got. Dirk. It was a problem.
This is crazy because we're going from a point guard to a big to a shooting guard.
It was a problem. It was a problem. The whole defense on him was just basically he's so tall, he can't really put it on the floor. His best advantage is getting it in the post and fading around over you. So obviously I would just get up under him, you know what I mean? Make it difficult for him to like who is this little guy? He'd get that feeling, and once he got that feeling, I knew I made him uncomfortable. But he was a problem. The German was a problem. Shout out to shout out to big fella, man, and champion at that. So
Yeah.
you got all champions on here. You noticed that, right? All champions.
I think there's another Kobe one. Is there?
B.J. Elder.
College TA.
You know, this specific game.
You remember it?
Yeah, I wish I could get it back. I locked him up though. You know, he averaged like 20 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
This in the Final Four, he only had probably about like 8-9 points.
Period.
Yeah, he wasn't doing too much of nothing, but they won. I gotta give them their kudos. Shout out to Will Bynum too. Will Bynum hit the Hezo on John Lucas and went to the bucket. Yeah.
Yeah, you look sad looking at that picture.
Yeah, cause I knew if I'd have won that game, I'd have had to see Ben Gordon, and I was looking forward to seeing Ben Gordon.
You already had the scout ready.
Yeah, to help me in my draft status. But we lost. Then another Kobe.
I felt like that first Kobe was like his iconic, I'm trying to feel my defender, and this one was like, no, TA's getting that ball.
Yeah, and this I wanna say this was 2010 right here too, cause he played with that messed up finger. I think it was fractured. He had a fractured finger. He still played, but that was the battle. Matter of fact, did that say finals? Yeah, that's finals. That's the finals. This is the NBA finals. And it was a battle, man. Every minute, every second, anytime he touched the ball, I wanted him to feel my presence. I always say, this is how I guarded Kobe. Okay, this is a cool interview right here, right? We can talk. But if I get close and I say, and I want to talk to you like this, you like, TA, pipe down, right?
Yeah, I get scared.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I wanted to put that type of fear in my opponent. So, and he loved the challenge. So this picture pretty much put everything in a nutshell that this is the type of battles that we had throughout the years.
If Kobe's number one and you're like toughest guy to guard person, who are your others?
I gotta go Durant.
I think you would still be in people's top.
I mean, just because the way he scored and how easy he could do it. Like, all he gotta do is pull up.
People say he's the best scorer in the NBA.
Yeah, I believe so. He might go down as best scorer in NBA history.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, just the way he scored, he could shoot the three. He'll dunk on you. If he backdoor, it's a lob.
He has to pull up.
He got to pull up. He's getting fouled if you too physical. And 9 times out of 10, if he pull up and shoot the shot and you hit his arm, he can end one. Like, he's just a bona fide scorer. Just bleed scoring. But yeah, that's it.
That's it. Memory lane.
Memory lane. Yeah, you just took me back, man. You got me ready to go play some pickup basketball right now.
Well, you can't go play pickup basketball right now.
No,
you have to continue working.
Not right now.
Okay, talk about the Grizzlies for 1 second.
Yeah, come on.
Because they had been, when everyone was healthy, one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. And you started an era where defense was the identity of the team. Do you ever like sit back and think like how cool it is that you started grit and grind and first team all defense and it's become the identity of not only the franchise but the city?
Man, well, you know, this is a blue collar town, man. You got to work for everything you get up here, man. And that's the mode that I was in. You know, I was on the type of time where, you know, y'all gonna respect us when y'all come play us. Cause when I used to play for the Celtics, we used to probably like look at the schedule and be like, who we got? The Grizzlies, and we'd be thinking about the next team, cause we just automatically knew we was gonna win in Memphis. And I like when I got here, I just wanted to change that identity. I looked around, like I said, I had Mark. I'm like, yo, this guy's 10 times way better than Perk. I had Zebo. Yo, you averaging a 20 and 10 type game like KG. Maybe some nights 30 and 10. I looked at Mike Conley. Your IQ is just as high as Rondo's. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at Rudy Gay. I'm like, yo, you way athletic than Paul Pierce, and you hitting game winners. And myself, I implemented myself in simply because I was ready to defend and try and do anything that they you know, just the dirty work pretty much, being a glue guy. And I was ready to defend just about any top scorer in the league. And leaving the finals and, you know, getting a taste of that success, winning the ring, that's the type of motivation you gotta have when you enter a season. And like I said, I just want to implement that in my locker room. And before you know it, once I got that playing time, my frustration came with just how I want to, you know, play. All hard and grit and grind. Like, don't give me nothing. I had to work for it. I looked at all those DMPs and I was like, yo, ain't no way in the world y'all not gonna know who I am. And I didn't even intentionally try to make that.
You can tell. You can
like,
tell it just like.
I was just so upset because I didn't get my proper studying before the game. And it just came out. And I really thought Zebo was gonna get the interview. And it shocked me, even to this day. Rob, like, Tony, he like, I'm like, Zebo? He like,
Me?
I did just like I said, me? He said, no, yeah, you, come on.
And then look what happened.
And then the first question he asked, I remember today, he said, yo, Tony, this performance, like, where did it come from? I just said, it's all hard, grit, grind.
Do you still see that with our team?
Yeah, I see it. I mean, you look at the additions we pulled in, the addition with Marcus Smart, two former defensive player of the years on
Crazy.
the same team. Then with the coaching style that, you know, Coach Taylor got, he got the help a defensive mindset. You could see when they scrambling, you know, Ja might get beat off the dribble. You might see another guard. You might see Desmond come over there, you know, alter the dribble and from the corner, you know, get to the rim. Jaren Jackson got the ball in the third row in the stands. You see what I'm saying? So they all tied together, and I could just see that when we play. So I'm looking for those guys to getting back healthy and just seeing what they look like. You know, we got a sample size of it, you know, when everybody was healthy. We look real good. But like I said, health is the most important thing, and I think sky's the limit for us when we back healthy.
I think so too.
Yeah, for sure.
So cheers for a healthy season next year. And
Yeah,
top of the
oh,
defensive
man.
rating again. That was fun when we
Yeah.
just like weren't letting anyone scoring.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And then with the help of Grizz Nation, that's another defense we got, because it get loud in here.
This arena?
Yeah, it get loud in here.
People told me, because I came in and then COVID happened and so we didn't have fans and stuff.
Yeah.
People were like, no, Kels, like wait for the playoffs.
No, it get.
I wasn't ready.
Yo, it get loud. I'm talking about especially when they get the screaming
Crowd
those
towels.
towels and everybody get to screaming, whoop that trick.
Crazy.
Whoop. Oh, man. It
I
get-
was not prepared.
And it's, oh, man. And it's crazy. I met Al Capone. So when I met him, right, I'm talking about I was getting the chills. My hands were sweating. I was like, and I told him, I said, yo, every time I used to hear that song, I knew we won the game, obviously. And I'd be like, yo, I'm at work. I went to work today. And so just meeting him, man, it brought so many like just memories back. And I was like, dang, this is how loud Grizz Nation get to help us get these wins, man. So shout out to Grizz Nation.
What about when you hear whoop that trick now?
When I hear whoop that trick now, it's the same thing. I feel like
It's still like
yeah, give me that rush. I feel like I'm about to go back in the locker room and hear the coach's speech at the end. That's what it feel like, man. I love
well, cheers to the off season. We'll
Yeah.
see you back here
it for sure.
October, whatever.
Oh, I'm in the building.
Period.
Man, check us
Every
out.
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tony Allen with Tuesdays, man.
There we
Tune
go.
in.
There we go. That's where you're going right now. Thank you, Tony.
All right, much
Thank you.
love.
Thank you.